Hello and welcome to The Panelists, the show where we have teams of world-renowned experts answering difficult questions in an attempt to ream the juice of truth from the pulp of confusion. This week we have two teams of very smart people, and they're here to help us solve some problems. We have Team Pacific Rim.
I haven't seen Shape of Water yet, but I hear it's a great movie.
It's really good.
Really? The calamari joke?
I mean, I call it fish salad.
I think poke is what you're trying to get at.
Pardon?
She fucks a fish.
Okay, one, spoilers, and two, our second team this week is Team Nice Tie.
Thank you.
No, I'm the funny one here. But I have good news for you. NASA is launching a brand new probe to explore the interstellar medium. And because they are launching this probe far out beyond the reaches of our galaxy, they're putting a new golden record on it. Only this time it's a golden USB stick, but it's still very prestigious, I assure you. And you, my teams of experts, have been chosen to represent the Carl Sagan role in curating what is going on the golden USB stick. It's even more of an opportunity because, as you know, we've already sent two of those records out into space, and so we've exhausted some of humanity's greatest hits. You know, the Bach, the Mozart, the Laurie Spiegel, that's all gone. So we're asking you to dig a little deeper into humanity's cultural well. You need to choose one meme to represent all of humanity on the golden USB stick. Which do you choose? Team Nice Tie.
For sheer efficiency, I think we could take Northwest Choppers and just like fractalize it so we get infinite data.
So it's one image macro that down the side is the expanding brain meme, but every level of the expanding brain meme is an additional so like sort of the world meme is like Drake, you know, no, yeah, and then the galaxy brain is the Northwest Choppers, and then of course the universe brain is just that entire image again but smaller.
Clear as mud.
I don't see how that could possibly be misinterpreted by alien life.
So we've only got one shot, one rocket that's going to represent all the internet, all of humanity. It has to be perfect. It has to be wholesome. It has to represent everything. It has to be
Gabe the dog.
Who in the hell is Gabe the dog?
The dog that does like all of the covers. He does like the bork bork, and when you set like different music, and people set different music to his borking, and he covers them, and it's great and it's amazing.
How do you know his name's Gabe?
Because in every video it says borked by Gabe the dog.
While I hold no ill will to Gabe the dog himself, I feel like the narrative arc across the golden devices, going from Mozart to Chuck Berry to little Gabe the borking meme dog, is a little like admitting defeat.
I'm going to completely disagree with that, because aliens have not made contact with us yet. And maybe that's because they didn't like the music that we were sending before. Instead, we needed doggo covers of things, and maybe that's what's going to make us more approachable. Chuck Berry's kind of intimidating.
But they've already listened to classical music and popular music and rock music. What is all of those again but dog gonna do to improve our standing in the universe?
Yeah, but on your hand, what's your meme? Here's your joke. We should send a meme to the internet. We should make it the exploding meme. How about a dog? No, our dog. We nailed this one.
Well, look, it's time to swerve. You know what I'm kind of sad about?
Go on.
Well, the previous ones were discs, and now it's a USB key. So we are missing our opportunity to turn it into a big Pog slammer.
What? Why would we do that?
It's perfect. They can listen to it and then, like, score some Pogs.
I'm not seeing the tangent that which these are related to.
It's human history in Pog form.
But why are we advancing on one end of the like technology spectrum and going like 30 years in the past?
You're taking us backwards.
Yeah.
It's retro.
It's like, why don't we send them a 3DS, but then also we send them like the fucking ColecoVision?
No. Better. Let's go from the golden disc to the golden cassette.
Oh!
No, it's the golden disc or 5 cassettes.
But if you act now, Graham, you could get all 5 of these discs for a low price of $9.99.
That's right, the Voyager golden discs, as covered by Gabe the borking dog.
there is perhaps a very real precedent that the aliens we're trying to communicate with lack the technology to play a golden disc. Maybe they need a golden 8-track.
I'm suddenly questioning why we're sending them a USB in the first place. What are they going to play it on?
That's
Do they have
true.
USB 3?
Maybe the whole problem has been that we're sending them a method of like playing music that they have they just keep getting, they're like, how do we put this in the thing? They don't have like the version of like Alien Radio Shack
I'm with
to
you here.
convert all this
Better
shit.
idea. We just send the musicians.
Ah, we'll send them Gabe. Wait, that didn't go well last time.
Oh my god!
That's amazing.
She's dead, man! She's suffocated in space.
Actually, I think she burned to death.
Oh my god,
'Cause
that's
this-
worse!
It lit on fire.
Doggone why?
I just had a thought. People would probably react very, very badly if we sent Gabe the dog into space and the whole Leica scenario happened again. People probably wouldn't miss the guys from American Chopper.
I like the idea of them just being like, well, their music's pretty cool, but they don't have some sort of domestic creature that really sings along with them or just gets them through their everyday life. And I like the idea of them going, oh, they do! Great! And then they finally come on down.
I can see that.
That's why I like the expanding brain meme, because I think the reason that aliens haven't contacted us yet is because they have not yet been able to look at anything that we've sent into space and gone, now this is hashtag relatable.
I don't think aliens are sitting there being like, man, if only there was another species that had some type of subversive humor that I could just really dive deep into.
I absolutely do.
If anything, I would be terrified to see that if I had no context, because then I'd just think that these are some creatures that have some like expanding brain and then that like could take over the world with this like gigantic cerebellum.
They wouldn't think it's a meme. They'd think it's a cry for help. Please help us. Here's the documents of our heads exploding. Send help.
Hey, whatever gets them here.
And they stay for the dog.
So what we've learned here is a lot about Leica, which is unfortunately educational for this program, but that you guys are all in on making us seem approachable and easily conquerable. And that Team Necktie of Lies is trying to Darmok and Jalad their way into like meme supremacy.
We speak in metaphors.
So 4 points to Team Fish Eating Joke, because they taught me a lot about some meme dogs that I had not seen yet, and I like a good doggo as much as anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 points to Team False Ascot, because I like the cut of your jib.
I guess?
But bringing our concerns a little bit back to earth for the minute, I have some good news for you.
Oh.
Her Royal Highness, Lord of Man, Defender of the Faith, Her Majesty the Queen, QE2 has arrived at your house for a state luncheon. Unfortunately, the news of her arrival was forwarded to you via voicemail, so you were caught unaware of her visit. And to further complicate matters, you haven't been grocery shopping this week, so the cupboards are looking a little bare. So do you feed Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II peanut butter and banana sandwiches that are made with bread that is a week past its best before date, but is probably fine? Or do you crack open a tin of Hakarl that you received after a particularly bad run in a white elephant gift exchange this year? Team spoilers.
Okay, I'm obviously on Team Peanut Butter, yeah? We're
Yeah.
together on
I
this
don't even
one?
know what Hakarl is, but doesn't matter. Here's the tip for everybody at home. Doesn't matter how stale your bread is. If you add enough peanut butter, it will be delicious.
Well, also, if you put it in the toaster, it already just becomes like toast, right? Like, bread does not need to be like supremely like well made to make fine toast. So, I mean, you make some banana toast and whatnot and say, Queenie, when was the last time you ate with the commoners?
You
And-
give it that spin.
Yeah,
You
you're
make
right,
it
you know?
relatable.
You eat all this fancy ass food all the time and whatnot. What you really need is some PB and bananas.
Yeah. You know what the other thing is? Dogs love peanut butter. You play that corgi angle.
Ah, and you show her your dog, Gabe.
Mhm.
Just keep on working that in there.
Dog memes.
This is the perfect opportunity to finally get rid of this can of Hakarl.
I agree, because the Queen is not only a diplomat, she is an Englishwoman.
Exactly. She's not going to say a damn thing.
She is going to eat it and smile and thank us.
And you'll never see her again.
Wait,
It's,
Hold on, are you
it's-
guys killing the queen?
No, I just mean it's never going to come up. It's not like if you put on a state luncheon for the Queen so amazing that you get the Order of Britain. There's nothing to lose here. So it's like, well, all right, you know what? Special treat. I have this Scandinavian delicacy here. Crank through
It's a delicacy
Yeah,
from Scandinavia.
exactly.
It's very expensive, is it?
I honestly don't
How
know.
much is the lime fish?
I imagine it's a special import item, so somebody must have been particularly spiteful to put it into the White Elephant Gift Exchange in the first place.
Okay, special import from hell.
Yeah.
See, this is where I disagree with you. I think the joy of being a host means that you leave your guests leaving with a sense of satisfaction.
Yeah.
And you can take that toast and you can cut it into the shape of a heart.
Oh,
Then
shit.
you can take those bananas and you can put a little smiley face on it, and the Queen will be moved. You say one day, I say, damn it, if she's not coming back every weekend for PB and banana, then I've done something wrong.
Also, then because you and the Queen are best buds now, you start a streaming empire and you live stream your eating habits together.
We could be dukes.
Yeah. Who would not tune in every week to watch the Queen have lunch with us?
Not just that, with Sir Ben and Sir Serge.
We're knights now.
Y'all talking like A, you can't form Hakarl into the shape of a heart, which you obviously could, and B, that if we're streaming it, like people wouldn't tune in for lol, the literal Queen eats awful shark thing.
Right, but that's one time. She's not going to keep coming over to eat
Never
more
again.
of your fucking fish. We're doing a whole enterprise now where she's coming over multiple weeks, over and over, and we're streaming together. We're making cool, like, pedestrian food that the everyday Joe eats.
We're gonna be the next big thing, even beyond Snoop and Martha Stewart in the kitchen together.
Holy shit,
boys
Ben
and
and
the
Serge
Queen.
and the Queen? That'd be amazing.
Did you get into the Hakarl? Because I don't think you're thinking straight. Oh, you know what I would love to do on the weekend? Go back to those lovely boys with their stale bread and peanut butter.
They don't know that it was stale. It was toast.
She's old, but she has taste buds.
You can taste old toast, my dude. I'm sorry.
Shut up. Stop. You're on my team.
I know, but like the toast thing, I gotta be honest. You can tell old toast.
No!
No.
Serge, shut up.
I hate to put too fine a point on it, but I feel like any sort of long-term plan that requires the Queen's repeated involvement has a ceiling.
Whoa! Okay. You cannot talk about the Queen dying on this show.
We're in Canada. They're gonna shut us down. my
Yeah, we're still part of the Commonwealth.
Wait, do we stop being when she... Are we on borrowed time? Are we
Ken-
the Queen's phylactery?
I don't understand why I'm not allowed to suggest that someday the Queen might pass away, but Ben's all like, yeah, just we'll throw Gabe into space like Laika, and that's okay.
Hold on. Okay. I made that realization and corrected myself halfway through that line of questioning. You are still on team Queen is going to die.
I'm saying that someday, in the comparatively near future, she might not be around anymore. I don't think that's a controversial stance.
Why not make her time more enjoyable and you have good times and hang out with her? Don't feed her your stale ass, nasty ass, gross
Sure.
ass, pickled ass fish.
It's a delicacy.
You can keep saying that. It doesn't
but
make
you're-
it taste better.
Your starting angle was, we'll never speak to her again. We can pawn off our shame fish on her. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to show her a genuinely good time. It doesn't matter what you serve if you serve it with love.
Look, toast is one thing. If your bread is like a week old, you're gonna have mold to deal with. You might make the Queen very sick, he said, avoiding the D word because it upsets Ben so much.
Between the toaster and the peanut butter and jam, no bacteria is getting through this toast.
Yeah, we are adamant. We'll even do the thing where we like inspect the whole bread. We'll like cut off if there is moldy parts. And I mean,
If, that's a
that's
big
part
if.
of part of the whole heart cut shape process. Is mainly if there is mold, we'll get rid of it.
Did you know that peanut butter actually functions a lot like lead, and it's a containment? So if you coat it in enough, no bacteria gets through.
Ah, and that's why cars are made of peanut butter.
True story.
Whereas we have fresh from the can, Hakarl, no problems.
Except you're eating Carl.
Yeah. And she she would tell me to my face that it was great.
I don't know why, because I know that this is all just a hypothetical scenario, but I've like already started doing like marketing ideas for Sir Ben and Serge and the Queen.
Dude, we could do some sick graphics and overlays with this.
Yeah, do like our own streaming kind of empire.
When like our sign off, we'd all do the Queen wave. Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're gonna get so many bits.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, Ben and Serge are already looking for a way to leave the Loading Ready Run broadcast empire because they are sick of being on the panelists. And that Graham and Alex are willing to pawn off revolting food on a helpless old woman who has no choice but to eat it because she is bound by the laws of diplomacy to be polite.
Yep.
2 points apiece. So that means our final score is 6-5 for Team Fish Sex.
Yeah.
We did it.
Congratulations, you are our superior panelists. You have won. There is no prize. And if you have a question for the panelists, keep it to yourself, because Paul told me I could not use help@loadingreadyrun.com as an email address because it would be misleading. So please add your comments below in the YouTube section where they will not be read, or you can send them to me on Twitter where I might look at them. Thank you very much. This has been The Panel.